So to add to our series on healthy snacks, I'm going to make a few videos just on healthy protein bars or energy bars. Now this isn't just for people who are working out or trying to build muscle. This also makes a great alternative to brownies or cookies or other sugar-heavy treats that we often make and feed to our children. Now, all you need to do this is some sort of milk, oatmeal or buckwheat in this case, honey, peanut butter, and a protein powder. Now I've made a few different type of energy bars and I'm going to show you some of the other ones as well in different videos, but this one happens to be the easiest, the quickest to make, and have the least ingredients, and you don't have to cook anything. So the reason I'm suggesting for you to make your own energy bars when there's so many available commercially is because if you look at the ingredients of these energy bars, you'll notice between 15 to 20 different ingredients, most of which are not natural at all despite what they say, but they're a mix of chemically processed preservatives, colors, flavorings, and sugar. And all of these happen to be really unsatisfying and ridiculously expensive. So this is a great alternative to that. All the ingredients that I use in mine are 100% natural and healthy for you. To start with, I use whey protein. Now, whey protein is the most bioavailable protein that you can get, but it has many other benefits too. It's not just for building muscle. There's studies that show that it may be very good for your brain, that it may help to lower blood pressure, may help to lower inflammation, it's an antioxidant, and it has a lot of nutrients and may help your cardiovascular health as well. But I'm also very specific about which ones I buy. Now, I would only get ones that are from grass-fed cows. So this one, for example, the only other ingredients that it has in it is raw cacao and stevia. This one has no other ingredients other than whey protein concentrate. That's why it's called naked whey. The other thing that you want to avoid is whey protein isolates. Essentially what that is they take some of the nutrients out, focusing just on the protein that's in there, but it's an unnatural balance and it's unhealthy for you, so I would avoid those. And people often ask me, are these okay for children? And the answer is yes. Not only is it good for them, but children need protein because they're very active and it helps with their growth. But compared to the alternative of making them something like brownies or cookies with tons of sugar and white flour, it's great compared to that. Whey protein is also in most infant formulas, and it's 60% of breast milk is whey protein. But specifically for children, some studies have shown that it may help them lose weight, it may help children with asthma. It's especially good for children who don't eat well or are very active. Now, if you're making this specifically for children, I would use about half the amount that I use when I'm going to be making it today, but all the recipe is going to be in the blog at theartofunity.com. So we're going to use about 8 large tablespoons of the whey protein, or 8 scoops, and 4 if you're making that for children. Next, we're going to use 1 cup of sprouted buckwheat. Now, this is an alternative to quick oats, because you'll see a lot of recipes like this that require quick oats in it, or oatmeal. And just so you know, I'm not a huge fan of oatmeal or quick oats. It's really just filler food as far as I'm concerned. It has some nutrients and some benefit, but it mostly just turns into sugar once it's in your system. Buckwheat, contrary to what the name would imply, it's not a wheat and it's not grain. It's known as a pseudo grain, but it has a lot of benefits to it, and it is gluten-free as well. I really like this over using something like oats. And to sprout them is very simple to do. All you do is buy buckwheat groats, put them in a glass jar, like a mason jar like this one, and just add some water and leave that overnight. And then you pour the water out, let it sit for a few hours, and you'll see them start to sprout. Now you can use it like this, or you can put it in a food processor and grind them down to a powder. But with this, it remains crunchy. So this is how I like to use them. But exact times for sprouting and soaking will be on my blog at theartofunity.com. Now buckwheat is very high in protein and it's mineral rich as well. It's great for digestive health, it's an anti-inflammatory, and a lot more. Next, we're going to put in 3 tablespoonfuls of honey. This is an all-natural, local, raw honey. We're going to put in 3 tablespoons of peanut butter. And I wouldn't suggest buying typical commercial peanut butter because there's a lot of other ingredients that are unhealthy in it, like different types of sugars or cornstarch. This one is an organic one from Trader Joe's. I would only buy one with organic peanuts as the ingredients and possibly sea salt in it. There shouldn't be any other ingredients in there though. And next we're going to use 1/2 cup to a cup of some type of milk. In this case we're using coconut and almond milk. The reason I like that is because if you put regular milk in, it could become sour and it might not taste so great then. And also, if you are making kefir, you'll notice the separation of curds and whey. You can use that whey in here as well. It's a really great option for you. And if you don't know how to do that, check out my blog and video on how to make kefir. And finally, you're going to put some type of topping on it if you like. I'm going to use hemp hearts, but you can use quinoa flakes, coconut flakes, sesame seeds. Crushed peanuts is a great thing to put on top as well, because you'll notice the honey makes this a little bit sticky because it's what forms it all together. All you need to make this is a bowl, a measuring cup, a couple of spoons, and a dish to put it in. Now we're going to start by putting the dry ingredients in and mixing them together. If you prefer to use oats, you can use a cup of dry quick oats. So feel free to take liberties with this. Anything that you like as far as healthy herbs, I would suggest putting in here. So for example, since I'm making this already, I'm going to put in a raw organic cacao powder. Since that's so good for you, a raw organic Ceylon cinnamon, since it has so many health benefits. But this is different from your typical cinnamon that you buy in the store. So look for links on my site for that. I like to put a Himalayan pink salt. I'm going to put about a half a teaspoon of that in there as well. Anything that you like that's good for you, feel free to throw in there. That includes peanuts, pumpkin seeds, or anything else, coconut, things like that. Then put in the peanut butter. It's good if it has a lot of oil in it, making it liquidy, not too dry. Then the honey, 3 tablespoons of that. And then the milk. If you're using the buckwheat like I am here, start out with a 1/4 cup of milk and see how that works for you. In this one I used too much, so I had to add more whey. Just keep mixing it until it's a doughy-like substance. I also decided to add some chia seeds. Now you can make them into bars, or the easiest way is to just put them in a glass dish like this one and cut them into brownies after you refrigerate them. So just to show you the different toppings, on this one I'm putting on 1 bar with hemp hearts, 1 bar with coconut flakes, 1 bar with almond meal on top. You can also use crushed almonds or crushed peanuts or sliced almonds, and 1 with quinoa flakes. Then put them in the fridge or the freezer for at least an hour. And then you'll cut them and you'll see they're not as sticky. The full recipe and everything you can add on to this can be found at theartofunity.com. So there you have it, super healthy, high protein energy bars, and all of the recipes and links on where to get everything that you might want to add on to can be found on the blog at theartofunity.com. Now in the next video on protein bars, I show you how to make a completely different one with dates and bananas that's also healthy and tastes totally different than this one. You can find more videos similar to this under healthy snacks on YouTube or on my blog at theartofunity.com. And I hope you subscribe for more videos on nutrition as well as different aspects of the connection of mind, body, and spirit. Good luck.